Wait.
Thank you, sir.
Slowly.
This car. Hey guys, welcome back to another installment of Gripworks Garage. So we got a new car we want to introduce to you today, and here it is. It's a 2001 Firebird Trans Am WS6. So on this car, we actually bought it from the original owner, one car owner, since new. He put a hefty load of miles on it, but we were ready to take it off his hands. This car is absolutely bone stock, so with that comes the usage and wearness that naturally is going to come with it. So first thing we did the absolutely backwards that you're supposed to do with the restoration, and that's paint it. When we first picked it up, the clear coat was already gone. It just completely bubbled out in every part of the body. And so yeah, we know a guy that actually does a good job. So what we did is, first thing we did is went ahead and painted it. So that's where we're at right now. But everything is bone stock. The rotors, every sort of suspension has not been changed yet. So one of the first issues I had to address immediately after doing a just down the street and back drive was suspension travel was super floaty, and so it would not only float up and down, but every time I took a corner it would just sway backwards. So the first thing I did, we actually got some junkyard rear shocks, and they were some Edelbrock ones, so that was bugging me the most. So I went ahead and I changed those out, and immediate day and night as far as the rear. And here's why. So these are the shocks I pulled right off it. This is the rear left, but this is the rear right. So as I compressed it, it never bounced back up, which would explain during travel why it would kind of have this kind of lean as you travel down straight. So with that, we'll see during the ride, or I don't know if you'll experience it, but the front still has that float to it. So luckily we had in the junkyard a matching set. So it's a coilover front setup. So it's going to be the ones we're going to replace in the front. So it's a coilover. Also Edelbrock, which I don't think they make anymore. It's just kind of discontinued. But the lowering springs, or the springs, are going to be Ibrock. And I did source out a set for the rear. So the rear is going to match the front as far as being an Ibrock lowering spring setup. So we'll see. I don't know if these top hats are going to be reusable, but we'll see the upper strut mount. And just to help tighten up the front end, I did at the junkyard also find this front strut bar setup here.
The Edelbrock piece.
So yeah, just to match it, yeah, the Edelbrock. Well, here we have one of the common issues that happen, and it looks like it's only a 2001-2002 Trans Am that has this. And what basically this is an integrated power steering cooler. So it's got two lines that go in there, and they help cool the power steering on it. Now, initially driving it didn't have a problem, but recently the power steering just kind of stopped working. It just felt like manual steering. It just gave out. So I went ahead and I changed out the pump, fired it up, and it did actually have some power steering, but shortly after, it just felt like I lost power steering all over again. So I figured it was this. So what I did was I went ahead and I deleted it, and I just went with the 1999 Trans Am stock upper radiator hose to delete that part. And what I did instead was, since I already had two outlets coming out, I just hooked those up to a temporary oil cooler, just so I can have power steering again and power steering cooling.
All right, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go for like a baseline test drive. We're just gonna head over actually to my place because I forgot my laptop, but we're gonna go grab my laptop. On the way there, we'll probably just talk about the way the car feels as of right now. I mean, the car's completely stock other than those rear Edelbrock shocks that Jose talked about. Yeah, and then we'll come back, we'll install the front coilovers, we'll install the front strut bar, and then we'll probably go out for another drive and just kind of talk about how the car feels. So we're gonna hit the road.
So, reasons why I wanted and reasons why I like this car in this generation, besides it looking so good, because it is a good looking car.
Yeah, it is. It's a good looking car. It looks really aggressive. And they are actually pretty aerodynamic from the factory, right?
Yeah, they really are. Just for the simple design.
Yeah, it's like
And it kind of helps having that tall spoiler.
it's like a real teardrop shape. This car does have a T-top.
So yeah, it is a T-top, LS1. So in this generation, it had a slightly better head as a 241 head rather than the 853s and the 9899 F bodies. It is T56 equipped, which is a good beefy tranny that came out of this generation.
It's gonna be funny to take this car in the canyon.
As it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna do it before and after.
Should we?
I'm terrified to take it down.
Really? Why?
It's got a lot of slop. As it is, I'm driving straight. Look at the plate. Look at the plate in the steering. It needs an alignment, and it needs to get situated.
That's probably tie rod ends, don't you think?
Well, that was one of the things that I read from that. We could look at them after. Once we're going to be in that general area, the suspension we can see.
I don't know. I think it would be kind of fun to go through the canyon real quick and.
Well, based on this traffic, I don't think we have a choice now, do we?
All right, so quick update. We decided to go to the canyon real quick as a nice little baseline run for this car. But we discovered a couple problems. One is the sway bar brackets are loose.
That is human error. See, I took off the alternator because originally the alternator on this started going out. And so somehow, some way, the sway bar was in the way, so I loosened them so I can access it better. And as a result, I forgot to tighten the sway bar bolts up to the brackets. So that might explain the floatiness,
Yes.
which we gotta test that after.
It most likely does. But we're gonna go to the canyon regardless. We're not gonna go super crazy with the driving. We're just gonna feel the car out. We also heard some weird like scratching, rubbing, hissing noises coming from the front right corner of the car. And we pulled over really quick at a Target parking lot, and we looked at the front suspension and steering as he cycled the steering left and right, and I didn't see anything wrong. Nothing was rubbing, unless the sway bar contacts something under load, not just sitting in the parking lot. I don't know, but we're still gonna go. We're gonna take it. We're gonna go very lightly, right?
We're just gonna cruise through just for initial testing, just to see how it feels.
It might not be a fair comparison since the front sway bar is loose. I mean, it's still there, still semi-functional. It's just the brackets, the sway bar bracket to body bolts are not all the way tight. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but we'll update you guys when we get to the canyon and see how that goes. All right, we made it to the canyon. Here we go.
Ah! I'm nervous!
That's crab walking.
You see that?
Yeah. All right. Well, canyon test was pretty lame.
Nope.
Well, that BMW would goes so slow, like 15 to 20 miles an hour through a lot of the technical sections, slowing us way down. So the test was a little, but we had a good feel of the car. It doesn't feel too bad. All right, so looks like we're gonna get some food, and then we're gonna head back to Jose's, pull it in the garage, and start working on this thing. So we'll see you guys there. All right, we're back in Jose's garage. Had a quick bite to eat, but now we're in here. We're about to start lifting the car up in the air. And what are we starting with?
All right, so now what we're gonna do, before I forget, is to start tightening those sway bar bolts that I didn't tighten.
That'd be a good idea.
And then we'll start taking apart the stock shocks and the stock coils, and then we'll put on the coilovers.
All right, coilovers first. I think we can do the strip bar at some point. I mean, that's really easy.
Yeah, well, once those coilovers are on, then we can kind of button it up and just tighten it all up there.
Cool, it's a good little start for today. I mean, this is just kind of like a little intro video so you guys can get to know this new project car, but right, so we're gonna get cracking on the coilovers. Alright, for any of you installing coilovers on an F-body, removing the master cylinder from the booster and loosening the ABS module gives you plenty of clearance to remove the two back fasteners for the struts, so good tip.
Where's that wrench?
I don't know. You asking me like I live here.
If there's an easier way to do this that we don't know about, let us know in the comments. I mean, by that time it'll be too late.
You could laugh at us later.
Yeah, I mean, it'll make us feel like idiots, and I guess that's a good one, right? Oh, this thing is heavy.
Holy. Wait a minute.
What?
The sway bar is still not attached to the bottom.
What?
What the?
What?
The sway bar bracket came off.
Came off?
Look at it.
Let me get in there.
That's why.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so you guys can see.
It's better on this angle. Look at this angle.
That is that angle better?
Oh yeah, come
I
over
can
here.
see. Let me try to get it from the other side.
So, the sway bar bracket has completely separated from the frame, as you can see right here. This is where it attaches to the frame, and it is completely broken off on both sides.
You try to zip tie it.
Here, oh,
That face is classic.
damn.
Never seen that.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
This car.
Wait.
Thank you, sir. Ow. I'm so scared.
Slowly.
Okay, so we got it on the ground as you guys just saw. The right side's a little off. This side is the driver's side's a half inch. It's a half inch lower than the passenger side. There's nothing we can do about that because
That's okay because they're not adjustable.
they are adjustable coilovers, but
Not anymore.
one of the
As previously stated, they had a very special sort of spanner wrench.
yeah, the spanner wrenches are very unique. We don't have anything like that. And one of the set screws is stripped. But junkyard coilovers can't complete that much.
Better than blown shocks, I guess.
Better than blown shocks. So it is what it is. We're gonna roll with it, and now we're gonna start putting on the strut tower brace. We left the strut tower nuts loose on purpose because we would have to remove them anyway to install the strut tower brace, which is bringing now. And I'm just realizing that those back bolts are gonna...
Later.
I can't even see them.
So we did the initial test, we did the initial drive on the stock coil and spring. So we drove it back. We found out there's a broken sway bar mount. So we can't really do a test drive until I fix that. But once I fix that, I'll be able to test out how both the strut tower brace and the new coilovers feel on this new Gripworks project.
Alright guys, it's the next day. We're in the Trans Am right now. It's dark, we're in Carbon Canyon, and we're about to do an actual test drive. This morning we went to the junkyard and we got a replacement sway bar bracket. So our sway bar is now fully functional, right?
Yeah, now we have a working sway bar and we have the coilovers installed, and we're just going ahead and just cruising down the same way in the same path and just seeing what the differences are going to be and how the car speaks to us in this way.
We're not doing anything crazy. We're literally just driving through the canyon, needle speeds, just feeling out how the car feels in the corners. Yeah, and just getting a feel for the car, seeing how those upgrades turned out. So, here we go.
That was...
We lost the karaoke machine.
Yeah, exactly. That totally hit my seat forward.
We're doing everything legal, people.
It does feel a lot better. The sway bar actually feels like a sway bar now. The coilovers really just soak it all up and in a good way, and it corners pretty flat, to be honest. It does feel a lot flatter than before. That's for sure.
The car got a bit sideways back there. I think probably because the front of the car is so low, it took a lot of weight out of the back of the car, and it got a little light in the hairpin.
There's a big list of reasons why.
Yeah, and you know, it's LS torquey motor, but
but hands down to what it felt before. Oh, night and day. Night and day difference, let me tell you.
Alright guys, we're going to close it out here. We're nearing the end of the canyon. Car feels great. The modifications that we did in this video made a huge difference. Huge success. So we're going to wrap it up here. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Yeah guys, thanks for watching.
Catch you guys in the next one. You said thanks for watching.